Ladies and gents, welcome to TierZoo Reaction, and this is Are Elephants OP by the channel TierZoo. So yeah, elephants. Elephants are basically biggest land mammals. I think there are. I'm pretty. Yeah, they are right. I'm pretty. They are the heaviest. You know, they have this stumpier big legs. I mean, that's the case with most bigger animals. People think that, you know, what if there are giant spiders? What if there's giant insects? There can't be in that form. They have to have elephant-like leg if they are going to get that bigger. Otherwise, they'll just collapse under their own weight. So yeah, elephants with the big stumpy legs. Yeah, OP, I don't know about OP, but yeah, they're pretty damn powerful. Their mind is, you know, really sharp. They have near photographic memory, or, you know, they don't forget things if they don't want to, something like that. It's not like that everything they see they don't forget. If they want to forget something, they can. Mostly their memory is really good, so they are smarter. You know, they have this herd mentality too. They are heavy and powerful. They can flip over big vehicles like it's nothing. So yeah, elephants. And I think Asian elephants are like, you know, mid-range elephants. African ones are really, you know, I think biggest there are right now, with about 7 to 8 tons of weight. Biggest one. I think there was an elephant a long time ago that went extinct, paleo something. They were even bigger than African elephants. They were more than 10 ton of the weight. That's just ridiculous. They're already too powerful that we see, too big and giant, even gianter than that. Damn. So yeah, elephants are OP. They might be. I don't know if there is some elements that makes them not OP. Obviously, TierZoo is going to talk about that here. So let's watch it. And remember, people, if you like my reaction, don't forget to like and subscribe. So I know which type of videos to react to more. Check out other reactions I did. There's a link in the description. Check out the cards for all the playlists. Check out the end cards. And yeah, let's watch this one.
This video was made in partnership with CuriosityStream. Being the largest land build in the current meta has...
Alright, I don't think the elephant was trying to fight there. I think elephant was like, get out of here. I was just trolling, just, you know, kicked him and just ran away. He came, you know, that came after and, you know, I don't know, rammed the elephant. The elephant's like, and I'm not gonna pick a fight now. So I think he was just trolling there.
Advantages. Size makes you much harder to defeat, simply by nature of having a higher HP stat, and also possibly having your weak points out of reach. However, size alone typically isn't enough to let any particular build reach a high tier spot in the meta, because large size comes with a lot of disadvantages too. The two most important ones are that being a giant makes defeating you worth a lot more experience, and that sustaining giant size requires significantly more food and water. Despite these challenges, there's no question that elephants have carved out a dominant niche in the African meta, which is saying a lot given that Africa is basically the Grandmaster League server of outside.
Yeah.
Elephants also boast a sizable player base in the Asia server, so how is it that they're so successful? For that, we'll need to look at the elephant build's stats and abilities. First, their stats. So it's probably no surprise that the elephant's HP and defense stats both are quite high.
Intelligence, not that high because there are other things that obviously power, definitely power. Defense is good too. Yeah, mobility, it should be even lower. Like this, I think. Even this is good enough. I don't think they're that mobile. HP is definitely high. Yeah. What is it? Stealth? I think that's stealth, right? Is it stealth? How does elephant have any stealth?
High. The massive size of the elephant means it can take hits that would cripple or kill other players, such as the head bash of a fellow elephant. But the elephant also boasts a thick hide that allows it to negate damage with low power attacks. And more importantly, mitigate one of the main downsides of being massive, becoming riddled with parasites. On the offensive side of things, it's probably also no surprise that the elephant boasts a multitude of ways to deal serious damage. Their front-facing tusks...
Look at that, this is awesome. You know, it ran over his own kid because obviously what is he going to do? But look at that.
This is a multitude of ways to deal serious damage. Their front-facing tusks act as a powerful disjointed hitbox that can both parry incoming attacks and impale any player too slow to get out of the way.
Fucked up that rhino.
The elephant build is also one of the only builds in the game capable of knocking down trees. This means that despite them not having the height advantage that giraffes do, they can still access the same treetop loot if they need to.
Giraffe be like, you see that neck? You see that neck? I'm the best in the world. Look at that how I eat. Elephant like, man, just, you know, rips the entire tree out of its root. Like, look at that. I'm much better than you.
It also means players cannot escape an elephant's attack by climbing up a tree.
Oh
the
yeah,
elephant's
that is
trunk
true.
can also be used as a blunt force weapon or a grapple. But honestly, that only scratches the surface.
Oh, look at that.
Elephant's trunk can also be used as a blunt force weapon or a grapple.
Get out of here, man.
But honestly, that only
That was a
scratches the
knockout.
surface of what a trunk is useful for. We'll come back to that. In the mobility department, we find one of the elephant's only weaknesses. Their top speed is nowhere near sufficient to let them outrun an attacking player or chase down a target. Luckily, their other stats generally mean that they don't have to worry about this. However, low mobility has other implications too. Elephants are easily blocked by environmental barriers because they lack the ability to jump. They aren't particularly fast swimmers either, although they have ways of managing this weakness too.
Yeah, the trunk.
Their last notable stat is their incredible intelligence level. It is among the highest in the game, tied for second place with the cetaceans like dolphins and whales.
Exactly. What the hell is cetacean? Yeah, dolphin and whales. Yeah, but right. Humans and that, and elephants. Yeah. Octopods. And parrots. Yeah, that's about right. Then dogs, then lizards. Lizards are close to dogs in intelligence. Whoa, that's scary.
This gives them access to the tool use ability, problem-solving capabilities, cross-species cooperation-based strategies, and the ability to remember places on the minimap useful for survival, such as watering holes in times of drought. Due to the elephant's long lifespan, their intellect can cause them to gain incredible amounts of wisdom over the course of their playthrough, to the point where an experienced elephant may have better knowledge of its territory than even a human. So in terms of stats, elephants obviously have one of the highest base stat totals in the game, lacking only in mobility and stealth. But this alone would not be enough for me to give them a top tier rating. So what abilities do they employ to make use of their stats and dominate such a competitive meta? There are two that I want to discuss. First, their ears. The elephant's ears serve multiple purposes. They're more sensitive than human ears to sound, particularly low frequency sounds, aka the kinds of sounds elephants can make. Because of that, elephants can communicate over great distances via infrasound.
Yeah, that, and also it could work as psychology. Obviously, elephants are already big, but if elephants can put their ears on the side, it would look threatening. I don't know. That would work too.
This can be critical for coordinating team strategies and warning your teammates when danger approaches or if another herd is encroaching on your territory. In addition to their auditory uses, the elephant's ears also grant the elephant a heat resistance buff. Their ears can be flushed with blood and flapped around to lower their body temperature, ensuring that they never take damage from overheating. This buff is much more integral to gameplay in the African server, and so players tend to spec into larger ears when trying to compete there. That's a good ability, but I'm gonna cut to the chase. Basically everything OP about the elephant can be traced back to their signature ability, their trunk. Because this ability does everything. Because it's a modified nose, the trunk grants a bonus to all detection and search rolls based on smell. This lets elephant players pinpoint which direction they need to head in order to find more food or water, and lets them know if an enemy player is nearby. But smell barely scratches the surface of what a trunk can do. The trunk's core use is as a fifth appendage. The elephant's actual limbs aren't very versatile.
At least.
Outside of standing and walking, the most advanced move they can do is a pretty simple kick. The trunk, however, has multiple combat moves.
This video is too good, man. How the fuck that happened? That guy is screwed. Look at that.
Advanced move they can do is a pretty simple kick. The trunk, however, has multiple combat moves,
what was
including
that?
a simple bash attack, and more importantly, a highly effective grab attack. The bash attack is honestly worse than a kick in terms of damage, although it does have better range. But the grab attack can make certain matchups downright unwinnable for the other player.
Damn.
Grabs aren't just useful for attacks though. Being able to pick up and carry items is the hallmark of a high-tier character that can make use of tools.
Basically your
Elephants are known
hand.
to use sticks as weapons, massively extending the hitbox of their trunk swipe attack. They can also throw items, which theoretically could give them an absolutely massive attack range. They aren't very accurate with their throws yet, but once the elephant player base masters this tech, I wouldn't be surprised if the community starts calling for bans. But again, there's still more that the trunk can do. The next use it can have is for intimidation. Elephants can use their trunk to execute the move Trumpet Blast. This AoE attack casts an intimidation debuff on all surrounding players, and is extremely effective for clearing an area. Control over a watering hole can mean the difference between leveling up or getting a game over, and the Trumpet Blast attack is integral to the elephant's success in driving away other players from these control points, without actually needing to risk
Full savage, bro.
Lastly, I mentioned before that elephants are slow swimmers. Normally this would be a problem because it means elephants would have trouble crossing.
I'm not gonna lie, they can swim at all. That's a news to me. That how the fuck are they doing that with the stumpy legs, the heavy body? I mean, yeah, they are in the end mostly water, just like every species in the world. But still, I mean, that is surprising to me. Actually, they can swim.
Large bodies of water. They aren't dense enough to sink to the bottom and gallop across like hippos do. However, even though it might take them a while to cross,
Look at that.
elephants have no reason to fear drowning, because they can use their trunk like a snorkel,
Yeah.
completely negating the need to worry about their O2 meter draining. Aside from humans, elephants have no losing matchups. While they are vulnerable during the first few levels of their playthrough, before they are bulky enough to shrug off most attacks, the elephants' team strategies are usually enough to protect the noobs.
Now I'm definitely interested in is tiger or lion or any big cats, anybody one-on-one, can they take down an elephant? I mean an average size elephant, sure, but those giant 8-ton elephants, can they, or just elephants just gonna use trunk or something to just shrug it off? I mean there are big tigers, proper like Bengal tigers or something like that. They are immensely strong, mostly muscle. I think if there's a fight, maybe they can take the elephant down. I don't know. Yeah.
Hopefully this video convinced you how overpowered elephants, and particularly the trunk ability, are. By the way, you may have noticed that my last video actually got blocked.
What?
While I hope to have the video restored soon, you should know that the blocked video as well as another completely original video are both available on Nebula, the video streaming service created and owned by several independent creators, including myself. It's a platform where creators can post whatever content they like without having to worry about rogue algorithms issuing copyright claims, or YouTube's demonetization policies. CuriosityStream, which gives
Yeah, people, go to curiositystream.com/TierZoo and support that channel.
you access to both, such as Ice Age Giants and Walking with Beasts, both of which have
Yeah, those Ice Age mammoth elephants, I always thought they were the biggest, but apparently somebody said in the comments somewhere where I commented about that, like they were not big. So apparently they were not. I always thought they were humongous, but no. Yeah, elephants are that OP. I mean, I knew they were OP, but I never thought that a proper predator like tiger, lion cannot take it down. But apparently one-on-one it can't. I mean, we just saw there were lots of whatever tigers, or there were lions, I don't know, but there was horde of them coming after the elephant. Elephant will just keep going there. So yeah, elephants are kind of OP. They are smart. They have the trunk. They can swim. Obviously they are smart, so they can use the trunk with tools like things. I mean, we just saw one elephant was using with the trunk a stick or something to something pick off from something, like something from the tree. So what if elephants try to use a sharpened weapons with the trunk, like sword type of thing? That's too OP. I mean, elephants are kind of smart. It's not hard to imagine they evolve over time. That is something. Alright people, if you like my reaction, don't forget to like and subscribe. Check out the reaction I did. There's a link in the description. Check out the cast for all the playlist. Check out the end cards, and yeah, I'll see you next time.